Ken and I are both members of the Finance Committee, correct?
Correct.
Next.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. It's just Ken and Mike are on the finance?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
We're guests.
We're just up and early.
I think Kathy was, but I didn't.
Steve and I are guests.
Okay. And Ricky is on it too?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Very good.
I'll note that proof of notice was adequately given. First order of business will be approval of the minutes from the December 10th, 2019 Finance Committee meeting. Could I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Therefore, we can consider them approved.
Okay.
We'll move on to new business. First order of new business is Open Counter Enterprises Incorporated.
Yes, good morning. And as we discussed at the board meeting in December, the board of directors approved a contract with Open Counter Enterprises last year. We anticipated at the time it would be for 1 year. For the SIDA was to pay the first annual fee of $77,500, and thereafter we believe that the city would pick up the budget for the final 2 years, the $45,000 each year. It was anticipated that that would go in last year's budget, but due to an oversight, the item was omitted, and the agency has now been billed for the second year. So after the board of directors meeting, we met with Jake Shaw and with Stephanie Pasquale to see how we could work this out. And what we are hoping that the board will approve now is that the IDA would fund the first 6 months of this year for $22,500. The contract will go over to the city. It's now going to be in the budget, the city's budget, and then effective July 1st, the contract would go with the city, and we would have no further obligation. One thing, you did approve $77,500 last year for this. We actually were only billed $67,500, so it was $10,000 less than we anticipated. Jake DeShaw is here to talk about the program and how it's worked.
Yes, so this is what we're kind of branding as our Permit and Zoning Discovery Center. The company that actually does all the work is called Open Counter, but we don't really brand it that way to our customers, and they don't recommend or make municipalities do that. But what this is it's a discovery center so people can go online and discover what their zoning is, what they can do in different parts of the cities on specific parcels, and then what permits they may or may not need to open a business. So this will be an instrumental resource with rezone. People might not necessarily want to read the entire rezone ordinance and laws.
Think, Jake?
But they certainly will want to go online and say, can I open a restaurant at this address? Can I open my store at this address? And we're already in talks with them with transitioning to the new map. So when we go live with rezone, it'll be a seamless transition in the mapping tool where people can search and easily find out, can I do this where I want to do this now? Because they might not necessarily have the time to dig in and research everything that's changed with rezone and what can you do here now versus what I couldn't do here under the old zoning law. So that'll be a key piece for people looking to see what has changed and what they can do in different areas. As Judy explained, I guess there was some miscommunication, some oversight. None of us planned on being here at this point. I apologize for that. I will certainly take responsibility for that. Moving forward, we are putting this into the city budget starting July. We need some assistance getting from here until there, and we will switch the contract over from SIDA to the city, and we will handle that moving forward. So if there's any specific questions regarding the software, I'm happy to answer more or provide more data. We have a dashboard that shows number of visitors. The folks at Open Counter think we're a more active city than some of the other cities that have this. So in comparing how it's used throughout the country and other municipalities, they think we've had a pretty good use of it so far in the first 9 or 10 months that we've actually had it live.
Great.
Do you know what bearing, if any, that's had on the contractors directly? Have you gotten any feedback from folks that are actually utilizing the system? What's their direct feedback on it?
It's really more of a tool for people seeking, can I do this here? What would I need? But I'll share one big success story. The mall is actually using it in their tenant package for tenants that are coming in from all over the country. So, Aeropostale or something might be out of California. They don't know what they need to do here. So they send them this and they say, navigate this system, plug in what you think you're going to need to do here. And that's their starting point. They've implemented it into their tenant package when they're negotiating with these retail stores that are located in corporates throughout the country. So that's one, but it's big for small business owners too. The zoning tool is really probably the most powerful piece of it because people are so confused. What can I do here? What can I do here? And it's as simple as, hey, you want to type in, I want to open up a restaurant at this address. It tells you if you can or if if there's special use, what you need to do to get through that process. So none of that was possible before without coming in and talking to somebody or calling and getting a human on the phone. So it's not only helping them, it's saving staff time hours too. As far as the contractors, we're hoping to move that forward where we have more things for them to submit actual construction plans. That's not what this program does.
So it basically just give you advice of the do's and the don'ts if you're trying to do something.
Yeah, so you can plug in exactly what the scope of your work's going to be, and it's going to tell you, okay, you need a fire alarm permit. Here's the application. Here's how to submit it. You need a building permit. You need an electrical permit. By the way, for the electrical permit, you have to hire a master licensed electrician. It can't just be anybody off the street, and so on and so on. So it provides them a game plan, but it also gives them costs based on our fee structure. So it's not just a guesstimate; it's an actual fee based on what they're plugging in and telling the system they're going to do. So it will tell them, hey, your permits are going to cost you $5,000, and you need to go get a variance from zoning to open this location here. So it's really a good starting point, and we're finding people are using it at hours after business because people are either home at night or on the weekends. So it's pretty powerful because normally you can't reach city government in those times.
And we're not going to have to worry about you guys coming back here 6 months from now saying that there was another mistake and it's not in the city budget.
If we can't figure out a way to get it into our budget, we will not have the program anymore, but that will not happen. But to answer your question, I will not be back before you to ask. I can guarantee you that.
And Julie, do we have the money to pay for this?
We do have the money, and we actually had a conversation with the vendor who was more than willing to work with us. So that is. Now, Jake just guaranteed that the budget hasn't been approved.
Right, so from the city side, you're including it, and obviously you can't guarantee the council's action, but
that's true. I can't say
we understand that.
But this is something that the administration and that my office feels is very important to keep and have. The downtown committee is using it. People are interested in keeping this, and we're still way too early on to say this has been something that isn't going to work for us long term. And I think with rezone, it's even more support to say we need to keep this. We need to have this tool for people to use. So I don't foresee that happening, but I guess I'll step back a little bit and say I can't 100% guarantee that, obviously, because I don't control that. But we will do everything in our power to make sure that we keep it. And if we can't fund it, then it's probably something that we'll have to do away with.
And Julie, I was just going to say, to be clear, you said there was 10 left over from the budget, I think.
Yes.
So it's really like a net of 12?
So it's basically
12.5.
ends up being about 12,500.
Okay.
Any other?
Questions? Okay.
No.
Great.
Okay, so would you at least make a recommendation to the board?
So moved.
Okay. Would you
Second.
I can't move.
Wait a minute.
I can't
Yeah,
move,
she
never
can.
mind, sorry.
Not on the board. She's not on the
Before us
finance board.
is
So
a
who?
recommendation
Between Ken?
from the Finance Committee to approve the $22,500 for 6 months for Open Counter Enterprises. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve this.
Can I second that motion? All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other business before the Finance Committee?
No.
Barring none, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
I'll follow suit second.
Okay.
So we got anything else?
Okay.
Didn't we?